Welcome all of you again, Vector 12 Incubation Academy. If we consider a vector in the xy plane like this is the x and this is the y axis, this is the xy plane, and the vector is like this. Let us say it is the position vector of the point P, and if it makes an angle alpha with the x-axis and another angle beta with the y-axis, then what we can write? We can write that this one basically gives the x component of R, and this one basically gives the y component of R. This length basically gives the y component, and this length basically gives the x component. And since we know that the perpendicular component divisions, so I want to tell you that x equal to small r cos alpha and y equal to small r cos beta. So from these two relations basically not only gives us a resultance, but it actually gives us two directions. Basically directions of the vectors are denoted by the angles. So it is x divided by r, and cos beta is y divided by r. Okay, so this is basically gives us the two angles, and these two angles are called the direction of cosines, and this is denoted by L and this is denoted by M. The direction of cosines along the x-axis is denoted by L. Direction of cosines along the y-axis is denoted by M. And if I consider a three-dimensional vector, just like it is the x-axis, it is the y-axis, and it is the z-axis. So if a vector, I consider now a vector A, then if it makes an angle alpha with the x-axis and beta with the y-axis and gamma with the z-axis, so three angles are here. So if it makes the three angles with the three different axes, if the A vector makes the alpha angle with the x-axis, beta angle with the y-axis, and gamma angle with the z-axis, then we can write AX, the x component of the A vector, that is A cos alpha. We can write the y component of the A vector equal to A sin alpha, cos beta, A cos beta, and the z component of this A vector as A cos gamma. So this cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma basically gives us the angles. So if I write cos alpha, so what it gives? AX divided by A. If I write cos gamma, what it gives? AY divided by A. If I write cos gamma, what it gives? It gives AZ divided by A. So basically cos alpha is the x component divided by the magnitude of the A vector. Cos beta gives us the y component of the A vector divided by the magnitude of A. Cos gamma, z component of the A vector divided by the vector A. So these are called in one word direction of cosines. These are called in one word the direction of cosines, and this is denoted by L, this is denoted by M, and this is denoted by N. Ratios of cosines are L, M, and N. we know that a square equal to ax square ay square plus az square. So what is ax? Ax is basically a cos alpha from this relation, so it will be a square cos square alpha. What is ay? A cos beta, so it will be a square cos square beta. What is az? Az is a square cos square gamma. Okay, so here we can write down this is a square. Okay, so if I take the a common from the both side and just cancel this out, we get a relation that is cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equal to 1. This is a very useful and fundamental relation. So we know that cos alpha is L. So we can write down 1 equal to L square plus m square plus n square. So this is another relation, useful relation, that relates the three directions of cosines. Next, if I want to find out what is ax, how you can find out the ax, we can say ax is nothing but the a vector dot I cap. Okay, so what is the cos alpha? What is cos alpha? The cos alpha basically gives x component of the a vector divided by magnitude of a. So x component of a vector, this is a component, so no vector sign should be there. Magnitude of the a vector. What is x component? X component is denoted by a vector dot I cap, magnitude of a vector. Similarly, if I want to write down cos beta, similarly this will be a vector dot j cap divided by magnitude of a vector. And if I want to write down the cos gamma, this will be a vector dot k cap divided by magnitude of a vector. So L equal to this, and this is basically equal to m, and this is basically equal to n. So the direction of cosines also represented like this way. So what are the implications of the direction of cosines that we understood after solving some numericals? Let us consider a vector. This vector is 3i cap plus 4 j cap plus 5 k cap. The question is, find the angles made by vector A with x, y and z axis. So this thing in disguise tells us about the direction of cosines. So cos alpha, what is cos alpha? Cos alpha basically denotes the angle made by the vector with the x axis. So it will be ax divided by magnitude of a. So for that we have to find out what is the magnitude of a, or simply a. So it will be root over of 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square. 9 plus 16 plus 25 is 50, so it will be 5 root 2. It will be 5 root 2. So if I want to use it, then ax will be 3 divided by 5 root 2. So alpha equal to cos inverse 3 divided by 5 root 2. Similarly, if I want to write the beta, that is the angle made by the a vector with the y-axis, obviously this will be component of the a vector along the y-axis divided by the magnitude of the a vector. Next is component of the z a vector along the z-axis, that is az divided by the magnitude of a vector. So the questions sometimes does not directly tells you about the direction of cosines, but it tells in disguise that about the direction of cosines, that is the angle made by the vector with the three referent axes. If the a vector denotes ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, then what is basically ax? What is basically ax? Just think, cos alpha equal to ax by a. So you can write down this thing as L capital A I cap, ay can be written as M capital A j cap, and az is can be written as N capital A k cap. This is the a vector. So another representation is a vector. If I just divide, I take the common a from this side and just divide it here, it will be li cap plus mj cap plus n k cap. Okay, L is the direction of cosines along the x-axis, direction of cosine along the y-axis, direction of cosines along the z-axis. And here we write down n cap. N cap is not the direction of cosine. What this n cap denotes? N cap is a unit vector of the a. So it will be li cap plus mj cap plus nk cap. Okay. Next is, if I want to write down in terms of the angles, you just see it is cos alpha I cap cos beta j cap plus cos gamma k cap. So this is the relation with the unit vector and the direction of cosines. Okay. Before that, in terms of solving numericals, we have denoted the vectors in terms of their components, just like a vector equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, and the b vector can be denoted as bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. Now the two vectors are denoted in terms of their direction of cosines, just like let L1, M1, N1 represents a vector. Okay, and L2, M2, N2, it also represents a vector. Okay, let this is a vector and this is a b vector. Okay, L1, M1, N1 represents the a vector, L2, M2, N2 represents the v vector. Find out the condition such that a vector is perpendicular to b vector. Okay, if the a vector is perpendicular to b vector, then what we can write? We can write a dot b equal to 0. If the two vectors are perpendicular, at that time we have find out that a dot b equal to 0. Now the vectors can be represented as like this. Okay, so now I represent the A vector as L1A I cap, L2A j cap, this is M1A j cap, and this one is N1A k cap. This is the A vector. Dot, the vector B can be represented as L2B I cap plus M2B j cap plus N2B k cap equal to 0. So from it, if I, this is the dot, okay, the I cap and I cap will be multiplied, so L1 L2 AB plus M2, this is M1 M2 AB plus N1 N2 AB. So this is equal to 0. Okay, obviously if I take AB common, L1 L2 M1 M2 N1 N2 equal to 0. Okay, obviously A not equal to 0, the magnitude of A not equal to 0, and B not equal to 0. So we can say L1 L2 M1 M2 plus N1 N2 N2 equal to 0. So it gives, it is the sum of the products of direction cosine, sum of the products of direction of cosines is 0. So this is the condition. If the two vectors are perpendicular, this is the condition. Sum of the products of the two direction of cosines is 0. Now if the same question is asked, just like the two vectors, just like the A vector is basically represented by L1, M1, N1, and another vector, that is the B vector that is represented by its direction of cosines, that is L2, M2, N2. Okay, now find out the condition. For which A vector is parallel to B vector. If the two vectors are parallel to each other, we can write A cross B equal to 0 vector. So if A cross B equal to 0 vector, A vector can be written as L1A I cap plus L2A j cap plus, not L2, M1A j cap plus N1A k cap cross L2B I cap plus M2B j cap plus N2B k cap equal to 0 vector. So I cap, j cap and k cap. Coefficient of x component of A y component of A and the z component of A. Here L to B, x component of B, y component of B and z component of B. This is equal to 0 vector. Okay, now if I write down I cap will be m1 n1 m1 n1 AB minus m1 n2 AB m1 n2 AB minus m2 n1 BA minus j cap L1 n2 AB minus L2 n1 AB plus k cap L1 m2 AB minus L2 m1 AB equal to 0 I cap, 0 j cap, 0 k cap. So if I equalize the components now, we get equalizing the x component m1 n2 AB minus m2 n1 BA equal to 0. So this will give m1 n2 equal to m2 n1. So from it we can write m1 divided by m2 equal to n1 divided by n2. Okay. Similarly, equalizing the y component L1 n2 AB minus L2 n1 BA equal to 0. So L1 n2 minus L2 n1 equal to 0. So we can put it the equal to here. So from it L1 divided by L2 equal to n1 divided by n2. Similarly, L1 m2 AB equalizing this z component minus L2 m1 AB equal to 0, and from here L1 m2 equal to L2 m1. So L1 divided by L2 equal to m1 divided by m2. So from these three relations we can write a conjugate relationship, that is L1 by L2 equal to m1 by m2 equal to n1 by n2. So from it we can write the ratio of the direction of cosines of two vectors are equal. Okay, so this is the thing. So we get two conditions. One is for the perpendicular and another is for the parallel. So we have learned some things about the direction of cosines. What direction cosines basically tells us is the angle. What is the relations between the directions of cosines, that is cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equal to 1, or L square plus m square plus n square equal to 1. How we can represent a vector in terms of reduction of cosines, and what will happen, what will be relations between the reduction of cosines if the two vectors are perpendicular and if the two vectors are parallel. Thank you.